Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
Man, people are really bringing their guns in public this week.
Yeah, they like that.
I mean, the shooters is one thing, but it seems like there was another one today. People are just like, they're strapping up, they're putting on their vests and getting their AR-15s and going in public, and I assume just kind of like smirking, waiting for the police to come.
Yeah, well,
That's much weirder to me.
This guy today went to the hospisptal, right? He was like about the hospital with like an arsenal.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's trying to pick up a nurse. Maybe he's trying to he's like, well, if I want the sexiest kind of woman, I have to be the sexiest kind of guy, a prepared man.
Yeah, or maybe he's like a very compassionate mass shooter, where he's like, well, I want him to get to the hospital. Like, the ones I don't get, I want him to like get help.
Yeah, it cancels itself out. He's just shooting people already like on IVs. He's like, you're fine. You're right here.
Yeah. Oh man, wild.
Yeah, and fucking
like it seems like that's two this week. So there were two shootings, then two people who it seems just like went to the grocery store with a gun and no plan.
Yeah, just
or it kind of sounded like the first guy like pussied out, which good for him. But it seemed like he it kind of seemed like you ever like wear like kind of a risky outfit somewhere, and then you see your friends, and you're like, fuck, I'm just gonna go back to the car. I thought I could be a tucked in t-shirt guy, and I'm not.
Yeah, you should. It's like when I try to rock just a mustache.
Yeah.
I get all the way to the place, look in my rearview mirror, and I'm like, bye. No.
Yeah.
We're not going to do this today.
You're like, there's no way I'm getting through a conversation without having to acknowledge the mustache.
Yeah, what the fuck was I thinking? Sometimes you go for a look, and sometimes that look is, fucking a prostitute gun slipped into your sock and an AR-15 slung over your back.
Is that what the guy had? Did he have like a...
No, I have no. I'm just describing a bold look. I'm describing, if you will, a pickup artist-esque, look.
It would be pretty. It would be funny to me if the guy had an AR-15 and also like a tiny
Yeah,
like he sees a situation where he's gonna need the sidearm. Like
right,
Call of Duty. He's like, well, it's always easier to switch weapons than reload. It's always quicker. So
it's the you always keep one in your stock, dude. That's
so if I get pinned down.
Well, also just in case they take it from you, you still have a way out.
Yeah.
You have to be. You gotta be taxi drivered up.
Yeah, you always want to have your primary, your secondary, and then the gun that's in your ass at all times.
Yes. Yeah, you need the ass gun.
Yeah. To escape jail.
That's for when you get to prison. You're almost a little too willing in the shower.
Yeah.
You needed it. Somebody has to dislodge it for you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I had gay sex, but it was all part of the plan.
Yeah, you don't even use it to escape. You just trade it first day for like 10,000 ramens.
Yes.
You're like, hell yeah, I'm a king in here.
Yeah. You got to go to jail prepared. You've got to go to jail prepared.
You certainly must.
Yeah, I think that a lot of I feel like a lot of the mass shooters, it's like they could. It feels like they're like it's not that far from like PUA. It's like all they're missing is like a fuzzy top hat. It's like, what if what if things went differently? What if the Columbine shooters walked in and just started just started negging their teachers and getting mad pussy, just like getting they just started getting numbers.
Not sure I follow, but continue.
I'm just saying, the gun should have been a plan B. They were looking cool as shit. They were dressed like classic PUA. Everybody was noticing them. They had cool sunglasses on. They were negging people, just like, do you believe in God? That's stupid. I bet pussies were getting wet. I think they jumped the gun, is what I'm saying.
Man, what if you brought a gun to school and instead of doing a shooting, you just went to class? You just sat there and like in the front row with it like clearly in your waistband.
Right.
Just like raising your hand. Yeah, the answer's 6. Oh, how do I know? I don't know. You just like push your chair back so everyone can see it.
Yeah, you just flash the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's things are so bad. Like, it feels like we're coming out of Corona and the world is just like immediately. It's like things are just back to normal. Terrible. Like, you've had the shootings. You see, there's like the chip shortage is not getting better. It's getting worse.
Yeah. Are they just not mining enough whatever it is that they use to make it, or?
Well, it's the fact that like, so production, that might be part of it. There might be a problem with materials, but like production was slowed because of the virus. Like, they weren't manufacturing as many, but that didn't cause demand to go down. So now they're just backlogged and they need to basically like build more fucking factories to get these things out, which takes time. Mm-hmm. And now there's supposed to be like a global trade issue because of this fucking like, like the company's Taiwanese, but I think the people actually commandeering the ship are like European. I might be wrong. Mm-hmm. But the fucking cargo ship that is blocking the Suez Canal, which is like a main like port for trade.
Uh-huh.
And it literally like, it looks like, you know, the scene in fucking Austin Powers when he tries to like 3-point turn out of
yeah.
So you can look at pictures. This ship is just stuck at the mouth of the Suez Canal. They've got like little cranes trying to dig it out and shit. Mm-hmm. And I
saw a little bit of this today. If it is a Taiwanese company, what like a throwback Family Guy bit of just like an Asian driver, like
I was like, I feel so bad for that. It's like, dude, it's like when you take too long to parallel park and you sideswipe a car times 1,000. Where you're just like, fuck, I think I'm blocking the mouth of the entry to the trade route to Egypt. Like, shit. People come out and start trying to help.
I get nervous when a guy honks at me. I can't imagine what I would do in that situation.
Well, so
I would just try to swim away.
Where this is gonna really fuck the world up, and I'm sure that like in a couple days it'll start getting bad. Mm-hmm. They think it might take like a couple weeks to get it out of the mouth of the Suez Canal. So in the meantime, no ships can get in or out. So there's gonna be all these cargo shipments. Now I guess now they have to go to different ports and wait. I don't know what the what the logistics are of like other places they can go, but the Suez Canal is gonna have a backlog that's like compounded on top of each other, and people just aren't gonna be able to get the fucking things that they need.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That on top of like right now, like car manufacturers are making cars and they're just like piling up after the assembly line because they don't have the chips to put the computers in them. Because we need to have fucking touchscreens in our cars now. So, like, there are all these cars that are essentially functional except for the computer aspect. It's like, it's just...
Yeah, we should really not have those in the car.
Nah, because now I think that safety standards, like modern safety standards are like made with those in mind. Even though you can buy a used car that doesn't have that, I'm pretty sure that they're like, they have to... Those computers help them meet modern safety standards. But I might be wrong.
Okay. Well, maybe there's that, but like... I feel like this is mostly that people can have Pandora without having to plug in their phone.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and that needs to. That needs to
That's
stop.
what you need. Well, but also no, but computer chips beyond that. I'm pretty sure the computer chips also like even before touchscreens, like post 98 or something, they put computer chips are an integral part of the car because it modulates a lot of different functions. Somebody was telling me about this, and that's why you should never. It's dangerous to jump start your car with another car instead of a battery pack because you can fry the chip and then your car just won't turn on. But I mean, look,
what are we doing,
Brendan? Everything is
also,
so.
I think this is a nice reminder that these are like finite resources. It's just like we take rare metals out of the ground, turn them into like iPods, and then just fucking throw them out.
Yeah, it's crazy to remember that like your computer is powered by rocks.
Yeah.
Like that's straight
it's
up
powered
what it
by
is.
special rocks that we don't have infinite of.
Yeah, they're gonna go away. The thing about rocks is if you take them all out of the ground, there's no more ground. And you can't, everything's bad. And it's not like you can fucking recycle them. Yeah, it's like...
I mean, we could, but like they're all in a landfill. We don't know where they are.
Right. It's a problem. I don't know if you can. I think it's hard to recycle computer parts, but it's a fucking problem. Things are not, I feel like in like a month, like I think already like a bunch of fish are dying. because like fishermen kill more fish than they catch. It's like we are just on a collision course for like something fucking wild to happen, and I'm loving it.
It's already happening.
yeah. Whatever. I'm over. I want a new major disaster to fucking have fun with.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. We gotta shut down everything Elon Musk is doing. Every single thing he's doing needs to stop.
Yeah.
Like even the cars. I used to think the cars were kind of cool. Now I don't. It's like it doesn't. Yeah, you don't need gasoline, but you also have to make it out of like rare metals, and you need to like, doesn't it? Isn't there like huge environmental costs, to, like all the the mining and the lithium and the battery and everything?
Yeah, and also
it
the
comes
battery.
out the same. If it's like a personal car, it comes out pretty much the same. I bet. Plus,
yeah, and also like getting rid of those batteries is insanely bad for the environment. Like because those also end up in a landfill and just like gradually burn their way to the center of the earth. Like it's really not. There is no solutions. Well, there's one solution. Mm-hmm. And some might call it a little drastic.
A good friend of the cast, Ted Kaczynski, wrote. Was it a blog post? Was it a Medium article?
Are they?
What did he
are they
write?
letting him on Medium?
No, I'm pretending I saw the manifesto on Medium.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Yeah, he included it with like he had a music blog where he was like ripping zip files of Pitchfork albums and he just threw it in like in 2008.
Yeah. Man, I'm so fucking pissed that honestly, Elon Musk, I need to fight him. We can't be going to Mars. We got to knock that off. Crypto is retarded. Crypto is retarded and gay. We don't need it.
NFTs are the most retarded thing. Did you see that Tim and Eric tried selling NFTs for like a few hours and everybody was like, "What are you fucking doing?"
What are NFTs?
Okay, essentially what an NFT is. Have you followed this online?
No, please explain it to me.
It's essentially a digital certificate of authenticity for like a GIF or like some kind of digital art or like a file, basically. It's a type of cryptocurrency that's completely unique to the file that it corresponds to, even if that file is just a copy of like a piece of existing art or a representation of art that exists in the real world. Like if it's just like a digital. One of the Winklevoss twins was trying to explain it on Twitter about how like the reason why NFTs are so valuable is because they're unique, like actual works of art. And they're like, yeah, but isn't like, even though you're and people were paying exorbitant amounts of money for NFTs, like Jack's first tweet, the NFT of it sold for like a few $1 million, which is fucking insane because and the experience of buying the NFT of Jack's tweet is you get to see Jack's tweet, which you can they have a JPEG of it in the article about it. Mm-hmm. So the experience is virtually the same. You just have this digital certificate that's like non-transferable basically. And the Winklevoss guy was like, if you went to go see art, like, would you want to see the original painting or would you want to see a copy? And they're like, it's not even remotely the same when you're talking about digital files.
There is no original copy. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way of making what should be an endless resource artificially finite. You know,
dude. So that people can money launder with it.
Exactly. Which is what cryptocurrency, which is how it always starts. But this seems to be like the most transparent grift. Of the
Someone
whole
needs to
cryptocurrency
kill
thing.
these people. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, man, it's really it's weird. I guess like people are getting on board with it because there are ways that you can exploit it right now to make money. I don't know who the fuck is making money, but people are making money.
This to me sounds like when you buy a game on Steam and they're like, "Oh, we gave you points." You're like, "What can I buy with the points?" Stickers. What do the stickers do? Well, you can maybe sell them for a penny.
Yeah, dude.
It's give me my money back. What are you doing?
Like 15 years ago, everybody called people who like paid real life money for World of Warcraft gold. Like they were like, "That's why would you waste your?" And now that's what we're all doing. But there's not even a fucking game that goes with it. Like it's
damn. You're right. They turned Twitter into microtransactions.
All of life is funneling towards microtransactions. Because the reason why I think like a lot of governments don't want to support cryptocurrency or NFTs or any of this thing, it's not because they actually think it's bad. It's because the private sector is beating them to the punch when it comes to like all digital wallets and all digital currency. You know, like they love this shit. They just want it to be. They don't want it to be unregulated.
So
that's where everything's moving.
So what were Tim and Eric doing today?
They were selling NFTs of their sketches. Isaac filled me in on it. I think it was either like JPEGs or GIFs. I don't think it was videos of the sketches, and I think that you can still... I don't think it's like they took the sketches offline and then sold an NFT of it, so now that person is the only person who has the sketch. It was essentially like you're getting like a piece of the sketch, like a copy of it in some form, that has an NFT attached to it, which again is basically just like a digital certification of authenticity. Mm-hmm. And it's worth money because it's unique, and you know that it's real. But yeah, that's it. It's just like Tim.
Yeah, Tim Heidecker. Who the fuck are you anymore,
dude? He doesn't fucking know. Tim Heidecker is so. This is going to be one of these episodes.
Yeah,
since
we're on the paywall, right?
Yeah, we're behind the paywall.
Yeah,
since I've lived here, I've talked about this before. But like Tim Heidecker going fucking woke and scolding people and like getting after people for like microaggressions and like bad language and shit. It's like he made his name like that for the first, honestly, all seasons of Tim and Eric. It's like the humor is they were getting people to come on the show, not paying them great because it was a fucking Adult Swim show, and basically like filming retarded people being buffoons without them completely knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
And since I've lived in LA,
which I don't think is that wrong, but you also shouldn't act like you're,
Yeah. No, 100%. But it's ironic that like you see him doing this fucking grandstanding on his show about like, how hateful people are and how like we need to, and then
it's like
if you walk down what?
Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. It's like, well, you're an amoral psycho. Look what you did to David Liebehart. I ran into him on Hollywood Boulevard selling CDs out of a trash bag, and he begged me to buy him a drink from Starbucks. And then I think it was like a year and a half later. Yeah, it was in the middle of the pandemic actually, because I was living here. I was at the place I'm at now. I was in Westlake, and I saw a fucking like skin beyond sunburned, like sun poisoned James Quall shambling around like a fucking zombie. It's like poor James Quall.
You exploited the fuck out of these people. You knowingly exploited these marginalized poor people, and now you're gonna fucking tell us like what words we can't say. Fuck off, dude.
You know what I thought was crazy? Because like I think we talked about this before. How like when Borat 2 came out, he was like with no irony tweeting about how wrong it is to trick people like that.
Really?
You told me that.
Did I tell you that?
Someone told me that. Someone told me. I hope that's true. Anyway, it sounds like something that would be true if it isn't.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, so like for him to be like, you can't do that. That's insane. But then also, I was reading that article that somebody posted about in the Discord about All Gas No Brakes, and Abso is developing that into a show. So it's like you did it, and then tweet about how it's wrong, and then are also paying for more of it. What the fuck?
He's a fucking, his brain absolutely broke.
You can't be online.
No, you can't be online. I mean, you also just like...
Think how fondly we'd remember him if he had died when he got stabbed.
Yeah, when that kid smoked like fake weed and wanted to cut his own dick off.
Uh-huh.
It's funny. I've walked by that.
That was like a genuinely heroic act. I gotta give him props for that, for like stepping in when a lady's gonna get stabbed. I wouldn't do that. That shit rocks. And now you're just like, so you go from a genuine act of heroism to now you're on Twitter complaining about jokes. Shut up, you loser.
Yeah. I've walked by that Tang's Donuts and been like, oh, that's where Tim Heidecker got stabbed. Sick. Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because it's kind of like tainted. Like I've gone back and like tried to watch, and I think it's just because so many people have aped it. But like I went back and tried to watch Tim and Eric, and it like just wasn't. It's like I couldn't hear the bells anymore in fucking Polar Express.
Yeah,
I love to use that metaphor.
I tried again recently too. It's also part of it may also been like watching it on like a 4K TV, but like you're like it's not even like obviously it's like deliberately ugly, but it's like it's very weird to be watching something that now feels like it was shot on like a phone and someone could edit and like. It's like we don't even have software that does that anymore. Like it looks like it was made in like iMovie, but like I don't think they make iMovie.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
That show needs to be watched like on a CRT at like 2 a.m. You know, like if you if you throw on Tim and Eric like before like lunch at like 11:30 a.m. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's very off-putting.
You should be like deliriously tired almost when you watch it.
Yeah, it's a shame that like that doesn't. Like, Adult Swim still exists, but the true experience of consuming programmed content like that, where it's like, if I want to see this, I have to stay up, because, like, streaming video on the internet really isn't there yet, you know? It's such a specific experience that you really can't replicate. Like, fucking staying up till 1 to, like, and then, like, 12-ounce Mouse comes on, and you're like, this isn't even a comedy, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit rocks. I
Really
would love
does.
to see like a return. I would love to see people start setting up like well, some people do, but I would love to see like people just like saying like fuck it to all like the traditional avenues and just like setting up their own like websites and like broadcasting at like scheduled times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be fun. We should just have a Coward Hour channel.
Yeah, I mean honestly, dude, it's like
it's not the podcast. Like the podcast has nothing to do with it. We just film weird like public access type content.
that would be awesome.
Not parody public access content.
Genuine public access content.
Sincere public access content.
Yep.
We find weirdos, we let them do magic tricks. We don't do anything to comment on it.
Yeah, dude, we let like a Mexican, like a leather jacket wearing Mexican punk rocker just like have like a 30-minute political pundit show every day where he just like tells us what he thinks is fucked up.
So we buy Julian a leather jacket? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Damn, that'd be like a whole cow. I got you, Julian, if you're listening. I got you. I miss Julian.
Yeah, Julian might fucking stay in Spain, dude. He's already talking like one of those like expats. I mean, Spain is better than like Thailand or fucking like Japan. But he's talking like one of those guys who's like, I think I might just fucking stay here. I might just stay among my people.
Man, that would be kind of like fucked up to like if he gets kicked out of the country that like colonized his bloodline.
Oh, so funny.
What an own.
That would be the ultimate. Yeah, dude, to travel across the world for another ass kicking. That's so funny. Julian is such a fat retard.
Have you been to have you seen like you go into doctor's offices now, they have like a TV there with like a webcam on it that is somehow reading everybody's temperatures, and you walk by it and it like displays your temperature on your forehead as you keep going. Like
a Snapchat filter or something?
For COVID, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
It's very weird, but I'm imagining they're doing that but with like skull size. Like Julian's just walking into a grocery store and they scan him and like alarms start going off.
He just gets like a red X with the words Mexican head over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like a Snapchat filter comes over him, it puts like a bone through his nose. He has like all these. Yeah. It just makes him look like Apocalypto on all the screens.
It's weird how dude. Technology, like that kind of technology seemingly only exists on cell phones. I haven't seen like a commercial use of it once in like on TV or movies, anything like that.
Well, they definitely. It's just like a higher grade version of it, though.
But I'm talking about like comparing. It's like anything weird, like video, like deep fakes and stuff. Like then you watch The Mandalorian, you're like, this looks fucking worse. I don't know. It's weird that we have all this like video technology that is like only used for shit posting.
Yeah.
It's only used for shit posting and eventually falsifying evidence against state dissidents.
Yeah, right. But movies still look like I think a lot of that is actually also like Hollywood accounting, where like they have to justify their budget. So they're like, it's like, yeah, we could deepfakes look sort of off, but they're like, no, we can't just deepfake this. We have to like hire a team. Like we've got to pay a fucking CG house to do this. Do you know where the weirdest place where it's popping up? Where like I'll see in like porn ads, and this has to be doing something so bad to like kids who are jacking off now. But like, there's like a Snapchat porn thing, like Virtua Mate or whatever the fuck it is, where it's like you're watching girls fuck, but they have like a Snapchat filter over their face, and it's like the girl's face is like turning into a horse, or she has like anime eyes, and it's just like, this is dicey.
Yeah, even like Belle Delphine, how she'll put like a cute filter on for like nudes. It's like, knock that off.
Yeah, you can't.
That's
do that.
bad for society.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the news, bitch. We're not doing well sexually. Look at what happened this week.
We're not.
You think we're all just coming good? No.
No, that hasn't happened, I think, in like 100 years. I mean, you know, I'm of two minds about it, because on one hand, I feel like I've been molded in weird cums, and I love them very much. And I like my cums to be weird, and I don't know if I want them to. It's like you can't impose prohibition now. I've tasted champagne.
Dick, like the experience of getting dick for women, it's got to be how like you read a fact where you're like, oh, you know that the bananas that they ate 100 years ago don't even exist now? You're like, what? There were different bananas? Well, what the fuck am I eating?
Right.
Maybe that's why they like older men, is because it's like heirloom dick.
Oh yeah,
it's like, oh, there's no GMOs.
Right. Yeah, it's like the first time you like hear like just like stripped down classic rock. You're like, oh, this shit's good. You're like, I'd only been listening to like weird ass Travis Scott shit, but like, I'm into fucking Blues Traveler.
Or it's more like listening to vinyl after like only listening to like YouTube rips on your phone.
You're like, oh, it's so warm and deep.
You're like, wow, what's that bass?
Yeah, there's a lot of popping and cracking when I fuck this 60-year-old man. No, the reason
imagine like it used to be. You didn't have, like, a refined type by the time you got to fuck for the first time.
Right.
Like,
oh, yeah. You didn't already have.
Like, by the time I fucked for the first time, I knew what kind of, like, nipples I liked.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm looking for a petite, brunette, brown nipples, 60 FPS. That's what I want. I need...
some lips on the pussy, but not too much lips.
Yeah, sure.
You have, like, a distinct opinion.
You know all the categories. Brendan, what I was going to say, I was going to correct you really quick. The reason why women like older men is because they like money.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's the main reason.
Old men, they have money, and they almost never have podcasts.
That's really... Oh, they can't figure it out. If they could, they wouldn't have all that money. They would have sunk it into recording equipment. It's the perfect trade-off. I mean, again, don't get me wrong, like, older women have money, too. I've definitely been bought some toys by some older women in my day. But I've definitely eaten a lot of lunch on the dime of older women.
Oh, Nick has had some lunch.
I've had some fucking... I've had a lot of combination KFC Taco Bell. On someone else's, on my mommy's credit card.
On your tattooed sex mommy's card.
My tattooed sex mommies. Thank you, guys. Thank you to the handful I could count on. I wouldn't even use all 5 of my fingers, but thank you to you guys.
Yeah, the heroes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Thank God you're no one's mom.
Well, that's I can't say that about all of them, but yeah. One of them was, in fact, someone's mom, I found out.
Fascinating.
That didn't last that long.
Do you remember that one time you sent us, like, Tinder screenshots of, it was just this, like, hot Instagram model, like, she was, like, breastfeeding in one of her photos. It's just like, well, knock it off.
Oh, I tried to invite her to Joshua Tree.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, she was a 40-year-old Japanese woman. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, you know what? No, I'm thinking of a different one. So that's weird that I don't remember that. But,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I'm remembering it was like this girl taking like just extremely horny thirst traps with her baby son in the photo.
And I was like, I was like, hey, you put it on the table. There was no deception. I was like, I can live with that. I can share. I can take the left tit.
Give it a little high five to the baby.
That's right. Nice.
You're both sucking titties.
Like, hell yeah. Yeah. You come here too? Yeah. I thought you were talking about the other lady who was a mom. She was like a I'm not gonna fucking dox. Nobody will know. Yeah, she was a Japanese lady who like was all about her son, but all about
more than
also
one Japanese woman in Los Angeles. So I think
I it's a bonus episode. I don't know why. I'm just hesitant to talk about like in detail. But she was also cool.
That was a weird weekend. It was a boys' weekend. You immediately got really horny. I
got so horny. Well, you want to know why? Because Tom was talking about getting call girls. Or getting escorts. Escorts, that was it, yeah. And Tom mentioned, the minute Tom mentioned escorts, I think I had like $200 in my Venmo account, so I was like, all right, I'll throw some money. I was like, you promised me beautiful women. I'm sure that could have I could have afforded maybe like
a disaster. Where would we have gotten escorts?
They probably would have had to like they would have like been driven from like Nevada.
Yeah.
A white unmarked van would just like pull up to the Airbnb.
I've never paid for sex, but I think if any scenario were gonna get me, it would be like trip with the boys.
Yeah, I'd never paid for sex either, but when Tom was talking about ordering escorts like he was getting fries for the table. So I just thought that it seemed really possible.
So you're like, I should start bothering this waitress.
Well, I was drunk. And I was, that was a complicated weekend. Yeah, that was a cool weekend, though.
It was. We should do that again, now that we got our shots.
Oh, I'm going back in, like 2 weeks. I'm going out with my girlfriend for our anniversary.
Oh, that'll be nice. But
yeah, it'll be nice.
We should get out of this dang town with the boys.
Yeah, I would love to go with Tom again.
Mm-hmm. Get Sean out here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that place that we went to, the Time Machine, they no longer rent it out.
Oh, really?
But I found a place that's like almost the place I'm going in 2 weeks is like just as good. It's even more. It's like 7 acres, so it's like I think that's like close to 2 miles, if not more, of like nobody's around. There's a fucking there's 2 bedrooms. They got a nice ass stereo set up. It's really cool.
Nice.
It's gonna be sick. The address is no, I'm kidding.
So it'll be appropriate for you to be horny this time because your girlfriend will be there.
My girlfriend, watch me. This is the one time I go to the desert and I'm not horny because I've been horny every time I've gone to the desert. Something about
what do you think it is? The elevation or the dry air?
I think it's, you know what it is, dude? I see that moon. The way the moon comes over those mountains.
Buddy, that moon, it's like a big ass in the sky, and you want to fuck it.
That's right. The moon is like a big, beautiful white ass, and the coyotes are howling.
Yeah.
The rabbits are running. Dude, I see rabbits running around, and I'm like, all right, where is the pussy at? You know?
Yeah.
The mountains are so smooth, like fucking tits.
Yeah, the moon's so big in the sky, you gotta stop and jack off right there. You ever jack off to a full moon?
I want to fucking like go up on the roof and stare at the moon. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll fucking jack off on the roof.
Your girlfriend is just down there looking at her phone.
Yeah, I'm trying to come tribute the moon.
Yeah. Yeah, you think you can come hard enough to reach it? Some horrible perverted Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll come to the moon. I'll come tribute the moon for you.
Oh, you mean It's a Wonderful Life? Yeah.
That's what I mean.
What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? You want the moon? You want me to come on the moon?
I'll come a rope and throw it up there and lasso it down.
You want me to shoot ropes all over the moon? Well, I can do that. Oh, George, stop it. That scene is that scene of that movie is sick because he rips all of her clothes off and she's naked in a prickly bush the whole time. It's like you're like, damn, 1942 rocked.
Yeah.
George Bailey. Oh, I watch that movie every fucking year. I love it. It's a fucking. It is. I mean, it's like explicitly. It's like it's every Republican's favorite movie, but it is like explicitly a morality tale about how we need to redistribute wealth to poor people. Otherwise, the bank will take their homes. What's going on?
It's true. I've worked at the bank. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Desert's gonna be sick.
I was thinking today about like how little money the bank I worked at, Wells Fargo, where I did the most unethical shit. I was making like $11 an hour. It was so little money to be compromising my soul.
Yeah, I mean, but that was like, what was the minimum wage back then? Like, how much more than minimum wage the
minimum wage was exactly the same then. It was $7.25 in Pennsylvania.
Oh, right, that's right.
Yeah.
So
pick any time in my lifetime, the minimum wage was the same. I think.
Well, no, because in Maryland, it's here it's been higher, and I'm pretty sure in Maryland it's been higher for a while. But you're right, the federal minimum wage, $7.25.
Yeah, and I think PA's state minimum wage is the same as the federal.
Right. No, that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, not very much money at all. Apparently, like when I finally go back to work and I'm like officially like I make 15 now. Apparently, I don't know why, because we weren't before. I wonder how much I'll be able to even fucking tell the difference between that and like 13.75 or whatever the fuck I was making. Probably not.
Wait, 13.75 is below minimum. That's what you were making before?
Is the minimum wage in California 15?
It is.
No, that couldn't be possible. I was making $13 an hour, and it was all it was. I was on payroll. It wasn't like this was under
15.
the table. No, I think we're getting there. Like, let me look up. CA minimum wage, and no, it's 13.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's 13. Yeah.
That'd be sick if you were just working for below minimum wage.
Yeah, and somehow like the IRS was endorsing it. Yeah. They're like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah. Yeah, the IRS garnishes your wages and then just deletes that money from their computer.
They're basically just fucking burning it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much we hate you. I'm sure the IRS hates me. I'm wily. I feel like
they
the
create
IRS...
NFTs for the data row that just holds your bank balance, and then they just smash the hard drive.
We should fucking start releasing episodes as NFTs. We should just like Wu-Tang out and be like, if you guys, whoever wants this, like one person will hear the episode every week, but to be that one person, you have to pay us $100. And we know that it's a good podcast, so we know that you'll do it. So I think that's going to be the new thing, is like we'll still do the regular episode, we'll do the bonus episode, but we'll do an NFT episode. And if you want that personalized Coward Hour MP3, you're going to need to shell out 100 clams to us in person. No, you're not allowed to wear a mask. We just make it like insanely horrible. Like...
Yeah, they get there, we're like, all right, you got the money? Good. All right, we'll go record it. And then we go into like a shit. They're not allowed in with us. Right. They have to wait in their car, which they're not allowed to turn off. Every now and then we come out and we yell at them if they're listening.
Now we have to start over. Fuck!
I hate when I get interrupted and I have to start the podcast over.
Yep, that is going to be... I mean, look, the shirts did so well that it's like we've got to fucking move into NFT total exploitation territory.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice. Yeah, my fucking...
You know what? The next shirts should be released only as a microtransaction for a video game.
Yeah, the next shirts
There's no
like...
physical shirts. You can only buy them for your character to wear in Fortnite.
Well, the base game, if you purchase the base shirt... we'll give you the torso part with like the, it'll look like a wife beater basically, and then the sleeves are DLC.
Yeah. We're doing the whole podcast. I don't know if you know this, but we've been in early access this whole time.
Right.
Eventually, 1.0 will come out.
Yeah. It's like the black shirt is free. If you want it to say Coward Hour, that's $70, and we mail it to you one letter at a time. I mean, that's kind of a great deal. Like you can fucking have it for free, but it's like if you want it to,
Okay, for now,
I think that's
next
fair.
we're gonna release. There's an episode of Coward Hour that is only on a cassette tape that is stuck in a 1992 Ford Taurus.
Hell yes, just like Jack. That's what Jack White would do.
Yeah, you have to buy the car, and then you can only listen to it in the car.
Yeah, just like he really did that. Apparently he recorded there were like White Stripes. So I think it was the White Stripes where like the only way to hear them was like he put them into furniture. He like stitched them into furniture that was then sold at different stores. And so like if you wanted to listen to this White Stripes song, you had to buy furniture. You'd have to know that Jack White did that, and then like cut into your furniture looking for records on the off chance that there was one in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did another one a couple years later where he released like a bunch of like flexi 7-inches just like via balloons. So like just fucking killing whales. He's like, it's a fun thing. It's like those are gonna go straight to the ocean. He's like, I'm the Willy Wonka of records. It's like, man, this is bad news.
Yeah, you gotta knock this off.
You have to stop.
I think that we need to stop all visionaries of all kinds. Elon Musk, Jack White, knock it off, buddy.
Okay. That's a bold thing to say right after the Snyder Cut comes out, dude. After the greatest visionary success of all time, you're bringing the hammer down.
Look, I just don't think we need any more vision.
Okay.
I am like, I don't know why, but I've been mad about going to Mars for like 2 weeks. We'll never do it. Stop trying.
Oh, I mean, I think the worst thing is we will do it.
Yeah, we will do it, but it's like in no way an alternative to fixing the Earth. We will never like live on Mars in a significant way.
No, people will just different groups of people will die on Mars every 10 years. Like that'll be the extent of like space exploration. You'll just have like an interstellar Donner Party. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that would be sick if Elon Musk got cannibalized on Mars. That I would support.
Brendan, Elon Musk himself will never go to Mars. I guarantee that. I can promise you, Elon, because all of his wealth is here. Like all of the pleasures of being one of the richest people on Earth exists on Earth. Like it's meaningless if you fucking go to a hostile alien terrain. I mean, maybe he's enough of a psycho that he would, but I don't see it.
I think that he would claim. I think he would say that he's going to.
He just like circles the plane. He like circles the parking lot basically and comes back. He's like, it was so good.
Yeah,
I love Mars.
Now there's no way he can't go to Mars because, like, I mean, I don't know everything about Grimes, but you leave Earth, she's not gonna be loyal.
Oh no, definitely not, dude.
There's no way that you can't stop your girl from cheating if you're on Mars.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's your chance.
Oh, that's my chance with Grimes?
You wait until he leaves Earth and then you try to slip in.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be easy. I mean, at that point she'll probably be aware of Coward Hour. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that I'll be.
She'll probably be like 50. We'll probably all be 50.
Ah, perfect. Another
a nice
rich
wizened
mommy.
Grimes.
Another rich mommy to buy me lollipops and toys. Just what I need. Grimes is gonna look rough when she's 50, dude.
Yeah. I bet she smokes a lot.
Do you think she smokes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. I guess I could see that.
Yeah.
She has weird... Have you ever, like, looked at her hands? Mm-hmm. She has hands like a chimpanzee.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, it is kind of, isn't it? God damn it.
Yeah.
I love, for a minute, like, my... banner photo on Facebook was just a close-up of Grimes' mustache, like her zit-filled, pockmarked, mustached upper lip, and sweat just like pouring down her face.
Yeah, and like her unibrow.
Yeah, that's right. She had her unibrow, she had her mustache, she had fucking whiteheads all over the place.
We were like, wow, it's 2013, and this is really hot.
This is so hot to me.
This makes me so horny.
Yeah. I've seen this kind of girl, but I don't want a girl that looks like this. Grimes, in many ways, is kind of like the NFT of like dirty indie chicks.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like like
you don't want a copy.
No, you want the one. you want Grimes. You want the authentic article.
Yeah, yeah. I do feel like though, if you like, and I mean, in this riff, let's imagine your girlfriend is like you hadn't met her or whatever.
Sure.
I think that if you met Grimes and like hit it off and wound up like dating her, I think you'd like pussy brag for a couple weeks, and then you would just like drop in the Discord and be like, guys, you got to help me get out of this.
I can't. Yeah, it sucks when your relationship is so high profile that you can't ghost her. Like, because if you ghost Grimes, it'll make like page 6. Also, that would be the first time like there's just headlines about like Grimes' boyfriend isn't responding to her texts anymore.
Yeah.
That's every guy's worst nightmare.
Yeah, you're just Grimes' boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
Grimes' boyfriend has started a podcast. It's like we're on year 3. It's like,
I mean, well, but you know, back then everything was still sexist though, so it would just be Nick Oldershaw has stopped responding to his girlfriend's texts, and then just like a picture of Grimes looking sad. Yeah. Yeah, that would be, you're right. That would be, I feel like dating Grimes would totally be a pickle. Because, like, you know, like, she's nutty. Did you know that, like, there was one year, and this is how much of an interesting person Grimes is, where she got really, really sick and, like, had to go to the hospital, and, like, a doctor was like, you're insanely malnourished. What's your diet like? And she's like, I've just been eating, like, spaghetti, like, plain spaghetti for, like, a year. And he was like, you cannot do that. Like, you've got to eat something other than fucking noodles.
Mm.
I was
Grimes
like, damn, we love a picky bae.
Grimes, she seems like a girlfriend you would meet like in the psych ward who would convince you to like break out with her.
Yeah. Except she's really good at music.
Yeah.
You're right, but that is all that is really all that like separates her from like kooky the psych ward in Maryland was called Shepherd Pratt. She has big Shepherd Pratt girl vibes.
Man, like I dated a girl who had been to the psych ward, and here's the thing: I am insane, and I have never been to a psych ward, and I know so few people who have. Like, you gotta really be wilding out.
Yeah. Yes, you do. I'm trying to think of everybody I know who's been to the psych ward. They all definitely did not overreact. They were they made the right choice. I used to like
this girl was let's see, the story was she her parents took her phone away, and she like beat down the door until her like hands were bloody and her like fingernails were like coming off and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I guess
spicy group.
I guess this is my sweetheart. Yeah, nothing bad will come of dating this person and giving them my heart.
You're just like, damn, she must have had a really spicy group chat. you're like, I can't imagine clawing until my fingers were broken to get my phone back. Look, sometimes
I shouldn't have revealed that, even though
it's a bonus. It's fine. It's
okay. It doesn't matter, and that
there's no names. You're good.
No names. Yeah.
No names. We don't use names. Yeah, I've known more than a few. There was a girl that I was hanging out with for a while who was just like completely untethered from reality, and I thought it was fun. She was friends. She was a mutual friend with my friend Marie, and Marie wanted me to meet her. And then like they stopped being friends because like this girl accused her of like doing all like she was having like weird like paranoid delusions that like people were coming after her and like she was stealing. But like I remember like I went over to my friend's house to meet her, and this is she like her bedroom was like down in the basement. She was still living at home, and so like this other chick was there, the crazy chick. And Marie went upstairs really quick to like talk to her mom, and literally like within 20 seconds of Marie being gone, this girl had my whole dick in her mouth, like like unzipped my pants and just snarfed my dick all the way to the base. We had been flirting before, like while we were talking, but it was like, I mean, and you know, 19-year-old Nick was like, "This rocks!" Like I just met the coolest girl on earth.
Yeah. The thing about this girl, she doesn't care about like societal expectations. You know, she just like she cuts through all the bullshit, you know, and your friends are like, Well,
I went over to her house because she was also still like living at home. And I went over to her house one day to like hook up with her, and her little brother was like playing hooky from school. He was one of those kids where like he was playing Call of Duty, just like standing up screaming. Like there was no chair in the room.
It was an Isaac.
What?
Like Isaac.
Yeah, like Isaac. Well,
only
Isaac
standing instead of sitting.
Isaac at least has the decency to. Isaac sits now. Yeah, standing instead of sitting. But it's so much more intense when you see somebody like standing at attention, like they're gonna fight their own TV.
Yeah,
and
especially if it's like a wall-mounted TV.
Yes, and so he's like not but 2 rooms away, and then she takes me into her room. And she wants to have sex, and I'm like, okay, I definitely want to have sex. Like at this stage of my life, I love sex. Big fan of sex. Always have been. What can I say? And I go to close the door. She's like, no.
Well, sex is possible, so there's absolutely no scenario where I don't pursue this at all costs.
That's right. And so I went to close her door, and she's like, no, leave it open. I need to fuck you right now. I'm so horny right now. And I'm like, okay, this is fucking weird. I was like, what about your brother? She's like, he's playing his game. He's not gonna bother us. So we're just like basically like my ass is just like pointed right out her open door, and I'm just like fucking her on her bed. And then of course we hear her fucking brother like walk up behind us and yell at her that she yelled something along the lines of, "I can't believe you're doing this again." And that was the first time I had been over there. So not with me. And then she like yelled back, and they like got into like a brother-sister fight like while my dick was inside of her. It was very mentally Brendan, it was, I mean, I was really through the looking glass, dude. I did not keep fucking her, by the way. Once their like sibling spat escalate, like once I realized it was going to be more than just like a back and forth exchange, when they got into a discussion while we were in the middle of having sex.
Well, you see, dear sister, you have a man's penis inside you. And I can see, which is undesirable for us both. completely
Damn,
yeah, so she was like getting off on like her brother seeing it.
I don't know if I even want to like admit that to myself, but it certainly, everything about it felt weird. And the implication from the conversation that they had is that this was like a regular occurrence. So I mean, yeah, fucking probably. It's really fucking gross.
Yeah, that reminds me of this girl who, like, she told me once that she's like, you remind me of my brother, but, like, in a sexy way. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's weird, but I'm 22, so.
You have to back out of the house.
Yeah,
you've got to walk backwards all the way home.
Yeah. And I remember I went over once to hang out with her and her roommate. And right. I forget what happened exactly, but I remember it got so weird that even I was like, all right, I'm gonna probably get out of here. We never did hook up, but she did send me like just a pages and pages long Facebook message like every couple years. Of just like complete schizophrenic, like, hey, I saw this guy in Boston and I was wondering if that was you.
You're like, no.
But it's like it's like, hey, I saw this guy in Boston. He had like long red hair and he was like around 70, and I was wondering if that was you somehow. And I'm like,
whoa, that's so fucking crazy. I would have been like, damn, you have lost your marbles, bitch. Jesus Christ. Do not send me these messages.
yeah, when you start Last Temptation of Christing out.
Oh my God.
Thinking that other people are the same person. That's no good.
Yeah, I wish I would have. I wish I had some of those. Nobody's really nobody's super crazy. I mean, what's funny is this girl that I'm talking about with the brother whole day. Like, I still follow her on Facebook and on Instagram. She has a child. It seems I feel like she's giving her child acid. Like, if I'm reading between the lines of like what her Facebook posts are. But things went exactly as I could have predicted.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time, I think I even like hit her up, like a couple weeks later. Maybe I was horny, I don't remember, but like I wanted to hook up. We hadn't been talking for a while, and she was like, I can't. She's like, I can't. I'm on a Greyhound bus to fucking Oregon right now. And I was like, all right, okay. You were living with your parents last time I checked and had no job. Now you're on a bus. All right.
There's something about a transient bay during that age in your life.
Yeah. There was another girl. I think I've talked about this before. There was another girl who like did some time at the mental facility who like came out to watch me do comedy at not Rams Head, Baltimore Soundstage, and I bombed.
I'm imagining her like in the crowd in a straitjacket.
Man, this girl was so like this girl was like a fucking 10 out of 10, but like she was nerfed. Her brain had been nerfed by God.
Yeah. I remember my first go at community college, so I was like the correct age for college, like 18, 19, whatever. There's this girl who I was like hitting on, and like she was really hot and stuff. And I think she was like you, but like had gotten out of it not as unscathed. Where she had just like done acid and drugs so many times that her brain was just completely gone. And I remember like I was just like, you know, in the lunchroom, like in a booth with her, like talking. And I remember like this kid Leopoldo would just like pull me aside and he's like, "Look, man, that girl's retarded."
In front of her?
No, not in front of her. But he's like, "Look, that seems fun. But you can't do that." I'm like,
damn.
All right, that's fair. Because you make so many excuses. You're like, oh, she's just like eccentric. She's just like, you know, that's just how she. And then you realize like, oh, this person has like a very low mental capacity for.
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, this lady was just kooky, and what she was doing was she was like pitting. She was basically like having sex with me to like pit. To make another guy jealous, but I wasn't even aware that was happening. I think she was like trying to pit us against each other, but I was just like, I wasn't jealous. I was oblivious to it. And so then she came to see me do comedy, and I bombed, like had by far the worst set of the night. And she just like came up to me, like just like wide-eyed afterwards, like, "You're amazing. That was the best. You're like a young Louis C.K.," which was a very different compliment in like 2012 or whatever. You're like a young Louis C.K., which was great. Which is definitely because I was just doing his voice when I was like 18 or 19 doing comedy.
By the way, I just started rewatching Sincerely, and it rules.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
good
that's why. Because I'm like, man, maybe I don't like comedy anymore. But I think maybe it is just like you will never be able to enjoy comedy that's 10 years old ever.
Yeah. It ages really badly. I gotta watch Bargatze's new special.
It's like you're watching standard definition stand up.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's some shit like sometimes if you go far enough back with Louis, like the old shit is refreshing, and how like Louis C.K.'s Filthy Stupid Talent Show is great. I love that special.
It is, yeah. That is sick.
Yeah. I forget. Anyway, the long story short with that girl, she asked me to like drive across the country with her that night, and I was like, no. I was like, we're not driving to fucking like. She wanted to drive to Chicago. So that night, I was like, that's like a fucking 14-hour drive. So I like took her back to her house. Had to like push her out of my car because like her parents were also because her parents knew that she was crazy. So like when I came to pick her up, there were all these like concerned looks around the house, and they were like, "Sweetie, are you sure you're okay?" And she like fucking like blew up. She like yelled at her mom, and then like got in my car. She's like, "Okay, you ready to go?" And so then when I like didn't text her anymore, she freaked me out. She just sent me the Bruce Springsteen album Nebraska every day for like 2 weeks. She just sent me like a YouTube video of like a full rip of Nebraska on YouTube because I played that album for her, and I was like, "Have you ever heard this?" So it was all very weird. It was like crazy girl mafia shit.
Damn.
She's also married now.
You're right. There's a type of woman that when you ghost them, you feel like there's a hit out on you.
That's right. There's a bunch of weird. There's a bunch
It's like
of
they give
weird...
the kiss of death, but they just kiss like both sides of your dick. You're like, oh no, I thought I was made.
You wake up in the morning and they've cut off their own head and put it in your bed. That's what happens.
Yeah, it is wild that like maybe it's good, I don't know, but like we just don't have like mental institutions anymore. Like long-term one. Like there's the psych ward, but like they're trying to get you out of there because they don't have that much money.
Yeah, there's no place where you just fucking like shove a retarded cousin for 30 years anymore. I mean, there are long-term care facilities, but I'm pretty sure you have to have money. Like,
yeah, you have to be paying for it. But it's like,
yeah,
you know, like it's rare, but yeah, sometimes you wonder. You see like a homeless woman, and you're like, how'd that happen?
There used to be. I just saw one of the. I've seen a couple women like in LA that are just like, it's like you could just be on Instagram and not be homeless.
Yeah, it's just like some homeless sweetie pies, and sometimes it's like a cross punk, and that's a different story. But sometimes it's not. And
there was one in DC.
You're like, wow, that woman must be so crazy for no one to like.
There was
something about this.
There was a beautiful homeless woman in DC when I was like 20, and I almost pulled the car over. I was like, I'm about to have a pretty woman situation. I'm about to like take her, about to like give her a bath.
Yeah, they should remake that movie where it's instead of being a rich guy, it's just like a normal guy picking up like a weird like manic pixie dream girl, and then she just slits his throat the first night.
Oh, that would be a good movie. Holy fuck. But you'd have to do it from the angle of like, she's a Yas queen, she got him.
Yeah.
Like,
you'd have to Promising Young Woman it.
You would,
which I haven't seen. Me and Bae, we were. She was like, "Do you want to watch a movie?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "How about Promising Young Woman?" I was like, "Okay, I probably won't like it, but I'm totally down to watch it." Like,
yeah, I'm
just like fully up front. If we watch it, I'm definitely gonna like make fun of it on Coward Hour afterwards, so just know that. But like, 100% I'll watch it and I won't make comments during it. I'll just like be like making faces and remembering things to say to Nick.
I've been wanting to, like, it's gotten to the point where like I want to watch that movie just to like, I want to make sure I know what it is. It's probably what I think it is. But I also like want to see it so I can know why it sucks if it sucks, and if there are things that are good about it, I don't know. I'm trying to get away from being this guy where I'm just like, I don't want to be like purely reactionary in my takes. Because that's how you just become a stupid person.
I think you're right, because I have been thinking it does kind of suck where like sometimes like we'll be in the chat and we'll have a certain opinion, and then we'll go online and see even the people who are sharing our opinion are fucking losers. Yeah,
we had that. Yeah, that's been happening a lot where I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah,
dude, it really is that fucking scene. You just watched Falling Down. It's 100% the scene in Falling Down when William Foster is in like the neo-Nazi shop and the neo-Nazi is like, no, we're the same. You make problematic jokes. I make problematic jokes. We got to eradicate the Jews. and William and Defense is like, I'm disgusted by you. Like it's that.
Yeah, I just watched that movie for the first time last night. 100% it's about comedy, for sure.
It's all about comedy, dude.
Yeah. It made me laugh imagining that he's walking across Los Angeles to go to sign up for potluck.
Yes, yes.
Also, it was rough. It was weird starting a movie and in the very first scene he's assaulting an Asian store owner, and I'm like, Jesus, buddy, read the room.
Yeah, because the coat, he wants it to be 50 cents for the coat. It's funny. That's one of the better scenes. So much of that movie is literally just male BPD. And it's funny because the wiki article diagnoses him as that, where he's just mean. He's angry at society. So what does he do? He uses guns to get treats, yell at service workers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what male BPD is. Girl BPD is you're hot and everybody kind of puts up with it. Male BPD, people just don't want to listen to you talk about how sodas used to be $1.
Yeah.
You have to get a gun.
The funniest scene in that movie is when he shoots out the golf cart, when the golf cart goes into the lake and the guy doesn't have his heart medicine. He's like, well, I didn't know that, and now you're gonna die wearing a silly hat. It's delivered so well.
Yeah, it was
just having a fucking heart attack.
The way at the end of it that Robert Duvall solves it. That's so funny to me. I was imagining someone doing that to one of the mass shooters now. It's just the guy in the grocery store, and then he looks over and someone's eating popcorn. They're like, my daughter died. just start spinning a weird yarn to confuse him.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, at the end of that movie, it's funny. It is Taxi Driver for retarded people. That's how I describe falling down. But there are Michael Douglas is so good that when he even as stupid as the line is, when he goes, "I'm the bad guy," it's fucking good. You're like, that's good.
Yeah. It is funny. It has none of the depth. It's only I also love how flamboyantly Joel Schumacher directs it.
Oh yeah, he picks up a rocket launcher at one point, right?
Yeah, and he's aiming and he misses, and it travels underground. It looks like a scene from Caddyshack where it's tunneling.
Yeah, dude.
I watched that movie just because it was on that infographic that girls were passing around Twitter of movies every mediocre white male film buff likes, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny because there are there's a lot of foreign movies on that list. It's well, that's not very really supporting fucking people of color here.
Yeah,
with this you're gonna shit on an old boy. It's all right, well,
yeah,
yeah, dude. Yeah, that list pissed me off so bad. I think I would agree that 2 or 3 of the movies on there do suck, but the rest of it is fucking undeniably good.
Yeah.
We need to. I'm so sick of the.
We need to end the culture war. We need an armistice.
Yeah, let's just fucking play soccer. Dude, if we could
I don't want to go. I don't want to go into it too specifically, but just looking at online the last week, I'm just man, this just sucks. I don't want to do this anymore.
It totally sucks. Let's send a flare up for one day. It's Christmas. Let's run into the no man's land and play soccer with the Adult Swim writers. We could have a nice moment, What they did in World War I.
Yeah.
They all killed each other the next day. But
should we just how should we do it? Should we start this all over? Should we just start inviting Christine Medrano or somebody on this podcast? Just
I would love
just people we don't know. Just
I mean,
let's just ask people with TV credits who we would butt heads with. Just come on and try to have a nice time.
Yeah, I mean, you know what the funny thing is? If the podcast was big enough and we did that, it would work for a while because that's how comics work. Mm-hmm. They'll. Maybe I'm too Red Bar-ified, but it's everybody. Red Bar's been making some good. I've been weirdly Red Bar. He made a really good point on this. This is a bonus episode. I won't stand Red Bar too hard.
Yeah.
Well, he's made 2 great points. You're funny.
Yeah, he has said that I'm funny.
But he was I was watching some fucking clip where he was saying he's look, you don't want to be so anti-PC, and I hate PC culture, okay, but you don't want to be so anti-PC that you're pro-rape. He's like, and I was like, that's a good point. And then he like said the N-word 2 minutes later, but like, it was still a good point.
But I mean, it's totally true. It's like the Tim Dillon thing. It's like,
Right.
Yeah, we all think Seth Simons is an idiot, but don't have Candace Owens on your podcast.
Yes, it sucks that like, because nuance shouldn't be, things shouldn't be so polarized that nuance has to be like pointed out or like this difficult to navigate. You know what I mean?
It's an old riff on this show that I think about a lot, where it's like, it's funny that like it went from like some woman being like, oh no, you actually can't say bitch on stage at this open mic. So then you're like, oh yeah, well then I'm full on racist. How do you like that?
That's really what happens. Yeah, I mean, like, there was a minute where, I mean, you know, like, it feels like a lot of comics became racist counterculturally.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, my whole, to sum up, and it's funny because, you know, there are jokes like, I like, what, this is soapboxy. We got to end the episode very quickly after this before I start making too many points. But I defend all jokes. I think any kind of joke can be funny. There are jokes that I won't do. Like, I don't personally really make rape jokes. I never have. They're not really in my set. I mean, maybe I'll make them on Coward Hour, like, occasionally, but it's just like not, I don't feel good making those. Like, I don't think they're funny coming out of my mouth, but I've heard funny as shit rape jokes, right? So, like, I don't know. Like, I can draw a line for myself personally and understand that, like, those things are... And I can understand that, like, racism is bad, but sometimes it's funny. Like, I guess that's my distinction. Like, racism is absolutely bad, and it should be taken seriously. Like, you know, like, hate crimes, all that should be. But, like...
Also, it's funny to do the voice.
Doing the voice is funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that if you were in Oakland and you saw a black man attacking an old Chinese man, and you just interrupted them and did a funny, let's pick like a third party, you just did Indian voice, I think all three of you would laugh and you'd leave friends. Oh,
well, I mean, that would be, if I was in Oakland and I saw a black man attacking an Asian man, the hardest, I wouldn't know which voice to do. You're smarter than me. You pick a third-party, non-associated voice, I would be torn in my head. I would be like,
yeah, look, voices are funny. It unites people.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically, what it is like...
I'd do Indian voice... They'd both laugh. I'd laugh. We'd all go get a beer. I'd relapse.
I mean, like, for me, like, if I, like, without, like, intellectual, it's like, so, you're right. And you know what? Some people do the voice that comes from a bad place. But, like, for me, like, the reason why the voice is funny is because, like, misunderstandings are funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. It's funny if it's
and also, you're not supposed to do the voice. Which
right. Transgression is also important. Yeah, but this is too. We got to get the fuck off the air. But it's too soapboxy.
Yeah.
We're turning this into a master class.
Sorry. Full disclosure: I accidentally. I take my anxiety medicine twice a day. I accidentally took it 3 times today, and I was just kind of vibing. I was just kind of,
you know what?
I was just kind of having fun, hanging out with my buddy.
Dude, no, man, I've been vibing. No, it was good. Honestly, keep doing that. Literally, it was a good episode. Keep taking too much medicine.
Yeah, we're almost at 15 minutes over.
I think you might have actually just found the exact right amount for you.
Maybe. Yeah, it is. The medicine, it makes me feel good, but like every time I take it, it gives me like vertigo for like 15 minutes.
Oh, yikes.
So I was like, oh, I forgot to take it. And then I took it during I had math class before this, and I just had to lay on the floor.
Oh, fuck, dude. Man, it's going to suck when you're back in person.
Yeah.
You have to lay on the floor.
I lay on the floor a lot in school.
Yeah. All right, well,
yeah,
I'm gonna go to bed, man, because I am back at work. This fucking sucks.
All right, well, good luck with that. Do we have anything to plug? The shirts are sold out.
Yeah, thank you guys. I think just the same thing. Send me fucking pictures of you wearing the shirts. I love that. As soon as like I've gotten some already.
Please do not get arrested wearing the shirt.
Don't get arrested wearing the shirts. And listen to me. I did 2 episodes of Loud Boys. We reviewed Justice League, which made Dalton really mad. And then we did a regular episode that I think is going to be public.
We got to get Dalton on here. Loud Boys is coming up recently. It's sick.
Loud Boys is popping off. Loud Boys is a great podcast.
Yeah.
I listen to Loud Boys. They're very, very funny. If my episode might be a bonus, so if it is, fucking subscribe to their Patreon. It'll be worth it. They're really funny guys. And that's it.
All right.
For me.
Goodbye.
All right, buddy. See you guys.
Knock, knock, open up, it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See a lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio, showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self-suck. Oh fuck, I busted already, I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady, now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo, heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right. Got my candles in the fishnets cause it's on tonight. Oh, that's right, it's time to fillet. No need to debate me, I suck until I go ooh-wee and spray my white pee-pee. I got that ski.
Everybody